Hello there, and welcome to I'm Sounding English. Hello, my name is Pip, and I have designed resources to improve pronunciation while maintaining fluency so that you are on your way to improving your English and getting you better understood. This is the sixth in a series about how to improve pronunciation naturally while acquiring a second language by focusing this time on the importance of the schwa sound. In the last video, I explained syllable stress. This time, I will draw attention to the contrasting stressed syllable with the unstressed schwa. I will focus therefore on how to provide greater contrast in multisyllable words and phrases by using the schwa, and how they can be applied to regular topics using my pronunciation training videos, and hopefully your students will be able to apply it to their conversation on the same topic.
So just to remind you again that the schwa is the most commonly used vowel sound in the English language. It's used to, as a way of reducing the stress. You'll find it common in function words, but also in the unstressed syllables in content words. And this enables a more natural rhythm when you're speaking. And you'll find that even with words which have particular stress syllables, when used in a sentence, you'll find that these words may be reduced to a de-stressed syllable. And so a schwa is commonly used. And we're going to provide an example of how you can learn to de-stress words into schwas a little bit later on. But as I said, it's the most common vowel sound in the English language. So don't forget, there are materials which will help you focus on this. And what we're going to move on to is the limericks poem. But also don't forget the other materials that I have on the website. You can get students to look at phrases on a topic they've chosen after, of course, they've spoken about it with their partners and done the time-paired practice testing. And from this, they can start to notice which parts are unstressed. And then you can play the videos and they can start to work on shadowing and see if they are accurate as regards the location of these schwa sounds. So here's one I've done with the students, and they had to try to work out the schwa sounds in these sentences whilst they're reading it out. So if you look at the first one, well, I wanted to move out of my parents' house, so I needed to get a job as soon as possible. So you can see that there is a presence of schwas used all the time. But as I said, the limerick, which is a type of poem, helps as well. So if you look at this limerick here, it's about an Aston Villa football supporter called Scylla. and this is the poem. I once had a blind date with Scylla. I took her to watch Aston Villa. She sang to the crowd and sang very loud, and that's why they threatened to kill her. Boom, boom. So it's a kind of a joke as such. But the important part is trying to maintain a particular rhythm pattern, which is shown on the left side. If you can see small dots and large dots. The large dots represent the stressed syllable, and the small dots represent the unstressed syllables. And the patterns should be something like this. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Now, I'm not going mad, well, not that mad, but the idea is trying to maintain that rhythm, which is recognized as such. So I'll read the poem again and have a look at the rhythm of the dots on the left-hand side. I once had a blind date with Scylla. I took her to watch Aston Villa. She sang to the crowd and sang very loud, and that's why they threatened to kill her. So that's kind of straightforward, I think. Okay. If I explain it, you'll notice that it is a nonsense poem made simply so that people can laugh at the humorous aspect of it. The structure, well, there's 5 lines. The first, second, and fifth lines have the same number of syllables, and the third and fourth lines have the same number of syllables as well. And this is the special rhythm pattern which you need to try to keep. And this is what's important, because a lot of students have to really concentrate on maintaining this rhythm, and that's what allows them to start to adjust their own natural rhythms to an English one through this kind of practice. So let's give another example. The old lady from Rome. There was an old lady from Rome who never could find her way home. She would walk down the street, getting very sore feet. That silly old lady from Rome. And so you'll notice the structure. First line's about the character. Second one is about the situation. The third and fourth is plot development. And the fifth one is the summary. So I get the students to look at the dots and try to reproduce this example. And then in the worksheet, there are several other poems students can practice. And then after that, they can even make their own limericks as well. Just a word of warning, if you get students to look at limericks on YouTube, you'll find there's two versions. One is the children's versions, which is nice and friendly, but there's also quite rude ones as well. So just make sure that you keep an eye on that too. But the idea of the limerick is to notice contrasting sounds and reducing particular sounds to fit the rhythm. Okay. So again, these are materials which you can look at. You can also, after working on that, get students to focus more on their time prayer practice, see if they can maintain that style when talking to others as well. And as I said before, there's plenty of resources on a topic which a student can choose to focus on this aspect of spoken English, whether it be phrases, or you can also look at paragraphs as well. Okay. Again, it's got all those materials available so students can focus on that side as well. And that's the idea. So keep working at it. It will come. And also remember to explore and have fun. And hopefully after a while, getting you better understood is where we're going to hopefully reach. Thank you very much. Have a good day.